It's me, Julian. And today Nigel and I are going to do a video that a lot of people have been doing lately, and that is checking out my lowest rated books that are the most popular on Goodreads. In other words, what did I hate that everyone else loved? I've got my laptop Candy here, and we're going to be looking at it. I've got it all in reverse order of stars that I gave it, and I am only going to be talking about the ones that have a 4 or higher star average. So there's a lot of 1 stars that I got that might be pretty popular, but I'm going for the real popular ones. And the first one on this list kind of surprised me. It is The Dark and Hollow Places, which I did read quite a while ago, and I remember it is a zombie book, but I was unimpressed. Ooh, here's a spicy one. I gave 1 star to Stephen King's It. I can hear you coming for me as we speak.
What's that ominous glow in the distance?
Now, thinking back on it, I might be willing to bump my rating up to 2 stars, but no higher. Stephen King and I have a rocky history. There are some of his books that I really do appreciate. I enjoyed Pet Sematary, for example, but It really disappointed me. It was just so long, and then you get to the end and there's a gangbang scene with 12-year-olds, and I was just like, no, Stephen King, no, stop. I do not want this. The next one is Night Road by Kristen Hanna. I love The Great Alone by her. And I was like, I need to find out more of her books, see if I like them. And I went through and looked at like all of her synopses, because she does not write the kind of books that I normally read. So I was like, which one seems like the most interesting to me? And The Night Road stuck out, so I gave it a try, and I really didn't care for it. But you can watch my review. I think I have a review. If not, I'm sorry. I think I talked about it at least in a wrap-up. Yeah, it was really disappointing, and I don't think I'm going to read any of her other books. I think The Great Alone may just have been a fluke. The next one is Blackout in the Newsflesh trilogy. It's book 3, and I hated it. I hated the direction that it went. So disappointing. I'm pretty sure I do have a review of that one if you want to get my full thoughts. But like, I liked the first book. The second one was and then the third one was a fucking disaster, in my opinion. I gave 1 star to The Sky in the Deep, and I don't remember a damn thing about it. Here's one that's gonna make everybody angry. Warcross by Mary Lou. I do have a review of this one. Her writing style and me just don't mesh, and I've given up trying to enjoy her books. Her style really feels like she's talking down to me. She writes a lot like she herself is a teenager writing the book. Her books are disappointing. They have such interesting premises, and then she just fails for me. For me, because her books are hugely popular, so it comes down to taste. Her style is just not one that I mesh with. I'm surprised this got above 4. Iona, The Last Dragon Eye. That book was a hot mess. A steaming pile. Go check out my review of it. I still remember how I felt. I had such hopes, and woof, that thing was a disaster. Insurgent just popped up, which I gave 1 star. I think I may have given more than 1 star to the other 2. We'll see if they show up here, but Insurgent, no thank you. Okay, Allegiant is on here, but it didn't score high enough. It didn't score over a 4, so I'm not talking about it, but The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. I loved The Golden Compass. I loved it when I was younger. I consumed that book in like 2 sittings when I was a kid. And then I went to read The Subtle Knife, and I hated it. Here we have another Mary Lou, Renegades. Did not like it. No thank you. Nigel, what are you doing? Are you making bad choices over there, bub? The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Holly Black is another one who I struggle with, so I kind of knew going in that this had a great chance of being not my thing, and it wasn't my thing. I keep having hopes for a Fae book that will really speak to me, but unfortunately this one did not. It seemed like we were going to get Fae who are very inhuman and just don't play by human rules. Stop destroying my chair. But instead, it felt like we were going to high school with a bunch of stock bullies. I read A Child Called It, mostly out of morbid curiosity. I gave it 1 star. Don't remember much about it. I read Throne of Glass and I thought it was okay, but then I read Crown of Midnight and I didn't read anything else after that. Kiss of Deception. This got a solid 4 rating overall. I was disappointed. I knew an author tuber who really liked this book and seemed to think that at least the main character stood above the norm, but it was very disappointing to me and didn't do anything out of the ordinary or interesting. Ooh, this is interesting. This one has 4.5 rating, so this one is well loved, and I did not like it. And that is Gemina, the second book in the Illuminae files. I found it cliche-ridden, and I just wasn't about it. The first one had a lot of these cliches, but in this one they doubled down, and I didn't like any of the characters, so no thank you. Gathering of Shadows, Shades of Magic 2. I liked Shades of Magic book, the first one, but the other two were big old poop piles for me, I'm afraid. It was very disappointing because I wanted them to get better and better, and instead, for me, they got worse and worse. But the middle one, ooh, I remember being really unimpressed with the middle one. Like, what was the point of the middle one? It was like holding pattern the book. Another Mary Lou, The Rose Society. Nope. Nope. Although I have actually written a fan fiction of it, where I did a little character study of the only character that I found interesting. By the way, a lot of these books do have book reviews for them, so go check out my channel. All of my book reviews are in a nice playlist. I'm not probably going to link them all below, because that's a lot, but go check them out. Oh, I did read The Young Elites, so I didn't like it, but I went on to read The Rose Society because I had heard that it gets better, and it didn't. The Book of Ivy. I don't remember much about it, but I think it was pretty boring and cliched, so. And Invasion of the Tearling, Queen of the Tearling Book 2. I thought the first Tearling book was actually okay. It didn't speak to a lot of people, but I thought it was decent. And then the second one, I hated it. I hated the direction it took. I hated all the characters and the choices they made. For many people, the Tearling books get better as they go, but not for me. So those were the books that I hate that everybody else loves. Real quick, we're going to see if there's anything, I'm going to reverse the search here, if there's anything that I love that everybody else hates. And I will be surprised if there are many. Honestly, I'm kind of like cliche, like I like things that other people like. I gave 5 stars to The Golden Compass, and it's under a 4 as far as overall rating, but how dare people put Picasso at the Lapina Gilles below a 4? Don't know what they're talking about. How dare people give A Midsummer Night's Dream below a 4? I'm just gonna spend all my time being like, how dare you put my favorite plays lower than a 4? As You Wish, Inconceivable Tales from the Making of the Princess Bride is only a 4.13. No, not low enough to really count as everyone hates but I love. Alright, that's it. We are out of my 5 stars, so I don't really have any ones that I love that everyone else hates. So I'm mostly just go against the grain as far as everyone loves it, but I didn't like it. That's, I guess, how my brain works. Don't forget that you can pick up a copy of my recently self-published fantasy romance, The Wolf and the Hawk. Links in the doobly-doo, as well as links to all of my social media. If you want even more content from me not seen here on the regular channel, you can check me out over on Patreon. There's exclusive videos over there just waiting for you to find them. And the cats and I will see you again next time with whatever it is we happen to be doing next time. Bye!
Oh, hello! What brings you here to the end of the video? Is it patrons? I bet it's patrons. Patrons like Very Bad Books, Anna, Belle, Patrick, Anne Sophie, Callison, Ray, Artemis, Shelby, Zaire, Jesper, Irene, Scribbling Cat, Savvy, Jenny, Amanda, Lisa, and Sarah. Why, I can't think of a better reason that you would come to the end of this video. My patrons are awesome. I also want to give a special welcome shout out to a couple of new patrons. Anna is new, and she hasn't given me any links to give you guys yet, but keep your eyes open in case that happens in the future. We also welcome Very Bad Books, who goes by Very Bad Books pretty much everywhere online, but would like a special highlight for their YouTube channel, which I checked out. Super fun. A lot of writing stuff over there, so go check it out. And it will be linked in the doobly-doo. So welcome to these 2 new patrons. I hope they're enjoying their time with exclusive patron content over on Patreon. They were popular, please. It's all about popular. It's not about aptitude, it's the way you're viewed, so it's very shrewd to be very, very popular, like me.